Hello everyone, here we go. It's Friday night. Friday night is sketch night here in the craft studio, and we are getting towards the end of our let me start again. We're getting to the end of our sketches that I've been working with, but don't panic. There's more to come, and I'll show you all about those tonight. How is everyone going? My name's Linda Dolke, for anyone who hasn't met me before. And this is my crafty studio, and we get in here and have a whole beautiful group of people who watch on a Friday night and a Sunday night and chat. It's a great little community of crafters. So hello Sheila and Leslie, hi, and Sean is here. Now Sean, are you in the storm area, are you? Oh, wow, yeah. And Roz, I think you're in that area too, aren't you? There's a few of you. Hello, Maureen. Nice to see you here. Hello. And Linda's in Las Vegas. Suzanne's here. Hi, Suzanne's. Barbara and Katrina. Katrina, your magpies are beautiful. I love them. Katrina's been posting pictures of her magpies that come and visit her at her house, and they're so cool. There's a thing around about how we all hate, as Australians, we all hate magpie season. But even though being swooped on is something I don't enjoy, I do love magpies. I think they're awesome birds. Fantastic. That's so true, Cherie. I think that's something that's really a women's thing that we need community to, as you say, for companionship. And I think that's really important. And there's something that really happens, something very special that happens when women craft together. And whether that's in person or doing it like we're doing it now online, there are different ways that you can actually get together and craft with other people. For those of you who don't know, I have a Zoom class coming up on Monday, which is a chance for some of us to craft together. And that's completely different, right? And I know some people will say it's just not the same on a screen. But hey, if that's what we've got, we're going to make the most of it, and we're going to make it awesome. So that's happening on Monday for anyone who's interested. All the details are on my blog. I'll put the blog address up, so if anyone wants to go and have a look at that. It's a Zoom class, 2 p.m., so it's earlier in the day than this live. This live, it's 7:30 p.m. here where I am right now. This is on the east coast of Australia, and so it would be about 5 hours earlier. What was that, 5 hours earlier? Yes. Well, actually 5.5. So there we go, then this time. So that's the address, lhiggins.blogspot.com. If you go there and have a look, you'll see, and scroll down a little bit, you'll see the details about the Zoom class that's happening on Monday for anyone who's interested. If you don't have any success registering for that and you'd like to do it, reach out to me, and I will help you as much as I can. All right. Well, like I said, it's sketch night tonight. Let me quickly go back because I can't see comments at the moment. Oh, okay. That makes sense now, Sean. I wasn't quite sure what you meant before, so that does make sense. Oh, Dolores, you're in Tennessee. How's it going? You said it's good and rainy and windy. Oh, you're good and it's rainy and windy. Now, what happened there with your husband, Leslie? I don't understand. You might have to explain that better to me. Hello, girls. Hey, Monique. How are you over there in the Netherlands? I hope that everything is going well for you. Nice to have you with us. And as Rose said, hi, everyone else that I haven't said hello to yet either, because it's just impossible to say hello to everyone. But it's really lovely to have you all here. I didn't see, was Margaret here? I didn't see. She's usually here early, and I haven't seen her tonight. So I don't know whether I missed her comments. Hope she's okay. I know she was having some physio. And Marilyn, you were here early tonight, so you kind of stood in for Margaret. There we go. Okay, all right, let's get started. I have a new sketch for you tonight. So let's turn to our books. I'm going to pull up my annual catalogue and turn to page 22. And if anyone wants to turn to page 22 with me, you're very welcome to do that. because we're looking at the new sketches. So let me switch over to the desk. Let's do that. All right. And you can see here down the bottom of 22, there's a whole slew of sketches here. There are 22 of them, actually, so that's easy to remember. 22 on page 22. You can hear Cookie. He's having a little bit of a moment up there at the moment, so I'm not quite sure what he's on about, but he's very chatty tonight. All right, so we actually did number 20 last week, so we're actually on to 21 tonight. So that means, yep, it's been 21 weeks that we've been doing this, because we're doing one every week. When though we finish, because we've got one more next week. Now this one, I have to tell you, this one here is a little bit of an odd one, I have to say. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. I'm trying not to think about it. But the one that we've got tonight's got a couple of circles on it, and I do rather like circles. But let's pull up the mini catalogue. So that's this catalogue here. And at the beginning of this catalogue, let me tell you what page it is. On page 16, look, more sketches. And some of these are tags and some of them are cards. But you could actually, the tags, you could actually turn them into cards anyway, okay? Now, you might notice that these here have actually, they've actually used some of those in some of these little pickies over here. So I'm just looking to see, for example, I haven't actually prepared this, so I'm not quite sure. I do actually really like a couple of these. I love this one here with a couple of little circles and a big circle. Is that one on this page? That's this one. Look at that. See that one right there? The second one down. That's what they've done with this. Doesn't that look nice? I love that. So you can see there's a whole bunch more sketches here on page 16. There should be 16 sketches on 16, but there's actually not. There's 20. So I guess they figured that we must have been, is sketch number 22? No, it's actually sketch number 21 tonight, Cherie. So you're close, but not quite. We did this one, sorry, this one last week, okay, with the banner, which we actually used a bit of ribbon. Do you remember the one we did? Let me quickly grab it because it's right next to me here, I believe. I think it is. There we go. It was this one that we did last week. All right, so that was this sketch right here. Okay. Oh, let me take the banner down. I'm so sorry. Let me get rid of that because you can't see anything if I've got my banner over the top of it. All right, so this one here, number 20, and that's what we came up with for this card. All right, so we're following a basic sketch idea each time. So I haven't actually decided. I decided I would let you guys choose what papers I should use because I think this will be nice done with a couple of papers. But I wanted to have like, and I'm thinking something maybe from the mini catalogue. I don't have all the papers from the mini catalogue, but I do have quite a few. So let's see if the first person who comes up with one they want me to do, but one that I actually own, not one that I don't own, obviously, but if anyone. He is very chatty. I know, Megan, and he's not squawking. He's just making little tiny things. I know you could do the stylish shaped circles. I did think of that. But you know what? I think you all know this, that if you want to do a quick, easy card, you want to make it really fast, the best, quickest way to make a card is with punches because punches are quick and easy. Cherie's saying get lost. Thanks, Cherie. It sounds like you've got an issue with what I'm doing, but I am not sure what DSP. So the designer series papers, there are Nests of Winter, Regal Winter, which I don't have, Reindeer Days, Sentimental Christmas, and Snowy Scenes. The only two I don't have there are Regal Winter and Snowy Scenes. Then there's Take a Bow, Splendid Autumn, and that's it. Okay, so there is a couple of specialty papers, though. There's a little bit festive, the Regal Distressed Patterns, which I don't have. Oh, yes, I do have those, and the Secret of a Season of Elegance. Those three are specialties. Okay, so I missed a bit. It does look like it was for me, but you know, I've had worse things said to me in the past. So Megan has suggested one. Sometimes I do miss part of the conversation. I come in on the wrong end, so sorry about that, Cherie. I'm too busy crafting to actually watch all your comments. One night I'll just come on here and we'll just chat. I'm not sure when that will happen, but usually the whole point of me being here is to craft, right? Oh, Elizabeth, you must be new. So, yes, you can hear a bird trying to chat. And his name is Cookie. And Kay, who's also watching, has Huey. And Huey is trying to say hello to Cookie. Whenever Cookie makes noises, Huey calls out and answers him. So yeah, that's rather nice, isn't it? Sheila suggested Sentimental Christmas. Okay, did I miss that one? Oh, I did. And then Megan said take a bow. I have both of those, but Sheila was first. Oh, Glenda had Reindeer Days, and I have that one as well. Actually, you know what? Glenda, my second card is going to have the Reindeer Days. I actually know what I'm making for my second card. So let's do something different, seeing as I'm going to use Reindeer Days second. So the next person was Sheila, and Sheila suggested Sentimental Christmas. So is everyone okay with that? Did I miss anything else? I don't think so. Oh, it was your evil twin, and she's gone now. Okay, all right. I'm reading comments completely out of order, so that's probably not the best thing to do. And Anne suggested Sentimental Christmas as well. All right, let's grab that. Sentimental Christmas is actually a good set to play with because, let me have a quick look. It's right here at the front. Where is it? Here it is, right here. And the reason it's featured here is because this is what they're calling their Make a Difference paper in this particular catalogue. So quite often, nearly always in a mini catalogue, we have one set of paper that the part of the sales of the catalogue, part of the profits, go to a charity that Stampin' Up nominate. Now, we actually haven't found out the name of the charity yet. Hopefully we'll have that soon. But we do know it's going towards a charity towards children's literacy in all the parts of the world. So we're just waiting for them to announce the name of the charity that they're going to be using, but we do know it's for children's literacy. And $4.25 from the sale of every pack of Sentimental Christmas paper goes to that charity. So that's kind of cool. And then once the catalogue period has ended, they'll usually give us an update and tell us how much money we raised, and that's always fun. So Sentimental Christmas actually matches with a bundle. Let me have a quick look for you. It's actually a suite. When I say a suite, I mean lots of things. So I don't have the stamps or the dies for this, but I do have the paper, and so we'll use that. I do have the Drucy dots, which are absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can see them. I'll show you the real thing up close. And then I do have this shaded spruce ribbon, which is also really lovely. So we can use a few elements from this. And you can see the paper here. The papers are all here in Australia. The standard papers are all $21.75. You just realize it's all about food. Well, my husband, if he had anything to say about it, Crumpet would not have been named Crumpet. He still thinks it's a stupid name. No, they're actually out with their dad. He loves Crumpet and Merlot, both of them, but he didn't get to name either. So Merlot came to us already named. He came from a friend, and his name originally, before they had him, he came from a rescue place with the RSPCA, and his name was Dallas, which I think doesn't suit him at all. And Merlot actually works for him much, much better. And his new parents, our good friends Joe and Stuart, called him Merlot because that's their favorite drop of red. Okay, so they called him after that. And see, he does that. If I say Dallas to him, he doesn't even move a muscle. If I say Merlot, he whips his head around so fast because he knows his name, right? He knows he's Merlot. So there you go. You have the whole suite, Anne, do you? Excellent. Brandy, then Ginger, then Beatrice. Yes. Well, Merlot wasn't his original name, but that's what he is now. And then Crumpet was just we labored over his name for it was a toss up between Crumpet and I'm trying to remember what the other name was. It was something like not Leon, but something like that. And that's what Paul would have called him. I'm going to straighten this up because it's out. It's all crooked. That's what Paul would have named him, whatever it was, if he had had his way. But Ben wanted Crumpet. Emma wanted Crumpet. And then I got to cast the deciding vote And so, yeah. But I went with Crumpet, but he said next time we get a cat, he's naming it. There's Sweet Pea and then Cassie. They're both really nice names. Very nice names. They sound like they were girls. Are they girls? I used to have a cat called Marmalade, actually, Cherie. And guess what color it was? All right, so I've just got a piece of basic white here, and we're going to grab the sentimental Christmas paper. I'm going to quickly grab that. Give me 1 second. And pull it down from the shelf. I've got, actually, I'm on my second packet of this. So here is some of the paper, but I've got a new pack because I've well and truly masticated part of this. Masticated a word? I don't know. Destroyed. How about that? A lot of this. That's all that's left of my first pack, and then I've got a second pack. So I think what we'll want to do is, if we're going to have 2 circles like what's in the sketch, you can see now these circles look like they might be the same size, but I kind of like the idea of them being different sizes. What do you guys think? Do you think we should do that? I love the trees too. And if we're going to use the trees, that's fairly detailed. Let's have a look. But I really do like them. I would then probably pick something like this because they would go quite nicely together. Okay, so we've got our stripes with the shaded spruce, and we've got shaded spruce in here. So those two would go nicely together. Either that or we go dark and light. So we could have, you know, these two would look okay together as well. We've got little Bambis on one, but they're not quite the way I want to go. So I like to have 2 that would pick up similar colors. One, you know, maybe we could have one with the stocking on it, and then maybe one with something, you know, similar, maybe the stripes. So those would be nice, or the ribbons and the stripes. Those look good. So you kind of got to be careful which ones you use, because you want to have coordinating colors from one to another. So my thinking is, you like this shaded spruce. Is that a color you normally work with, Cherie? A black cat named Snowflake. Oh, that's a nice idea. Oh, hello, Karen. Nice to have you here. How exciting. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have, Karen, the most fabulous group of girls who watch us craft, and I know they will welcome you with open arms. Karen you're in Canada, aren't you, Karen? I'm pretty sure you are. And Karen is a nurse. So are you doing night shift tonight, or would it be daytime? No, it would be nighttime where you are. Are you on a break? It's been a while, hasn't it? I know. Sometimes it's really hard to name cats, isn't it, Katrina? Or any animal, actually. Oh, really? They went missing. So where did they go? What did she do with it? All right, so I'm just trees and stripes. Yeah, okay, let's just do that. I think that will work really well. And we know the colors in this. Now, the paper that is in this, if we turn this over, I just want to quickly open up, because the colors used in any paper pack are always listed on the back, right? Autocorrect won't let Paul Sean write your name out, Roz, unless she writes it in capital letters and puts a space in between. She hidden them behind the bed. Crystal is the perfect name for her. What a great name. All right, so the colors in here: basic beige, basic black, cherry cobbler, crushed curry, early espresso, garden green, old olive, pecan pie, poppy parade, pretty peacock, and shaded spruce. So that means the red that is in here is poppy parade. Now there is also cherry cobbler, but there's no real red. So it's actually a darker red and then a lighter red. So that's kind of interesting. Okay. Yeah, I thought you were up in Canada. That's right, Karen. So are you working tonight? Did I miss your comment on that, or did I not? Oh, 19 years old. I hope we have ours that long. But I tell you what, sometimes I think Crumpet's not going to live that long the way he carries on. He gets into everything. All right, I'm thinking we're going to use these two. All right. And I'm thinking we might use a what am I trying to say? Now, we could also use the piece behind as one of our paper pieces and then maybe do something different. Maybe the glitter paper. The glitter paper would work well. Has everyone noticed that garden green seems to be everywhere this year? Like, I don't normally use garden green, but this year it's everywhere for Christmas, and I am actually really enjoying using it more than I ever have because it's a color I've traditionally avoided. Shaded spruce is more of a dark blue green. Garden green is a true green. There's probably a bit more yellow to that than the shaded spruce, which has definitely got a blue undertone. And then the light colors such as granny apple green, that's quite a yellow green. Okay, so we've got different ones. But this is the glitter paper that we have, and this is actually granny apple green. And you might notice there's some of that in here, all right, and it goes quite nicely with these trees, but not so well with this. Now there is garden green in here. I'm just thinking, oh, I just had a thought. I'm having a thought, guys. Give me a second. I'm thinking I also have some glitter paper. Oh, and of course, we also have vellum, so we can have a play with that as well. But I do also have some 3-color glitter paper, which is the glimmer paper, which is a online exclusive. And in the 3-color glimmer paper, you've got Highland Heather, which obviously won't go, but we also have Pretty Peacock, and that might go because there's some definite Pretty Peacock in here, so that's a possibility. In the past, we've had some white. That would look nice, but Pretty Peacock would definitely work. So that might be a go. So let me pull. I've actually got, this is a new one, but I've actually got one, or I've got a Pretty Peacock piece already opened that I don't need to cut a new one. All right. So I'm deciding what color I want to have and what I want to do here. So I could, if I wish, leave this white and do all my work here in the middle. Okay, and have a piece here, maybe a Pretty Peacock circle and some stripy background and some trees on the front. That actually might look really nice. Or I could put another color behind. I'm going to start with the white and we'll decide whether it needs another color. So let's start with shaded spruce. And I'm going to cut my shaded spruce piece to be 8 by 12, which I think will work out quite well on this piece here. So let's try that. All right, so you can see that 8 by 12 is a really good size on a piece, on a card front, because it leaves enough room around the outside, but it's still enough to work on. So that probably would be really good. And now let me grab this piece here. Oh, this is another color we could use too. It's quite vintage looking. This reminds me of wrapping paper, this side. And it does go nice with this, as you can see, but it's not what I'm going for on this card. So I'm going to bring this in so it's 1/2 centimeter less. So this is going to be 7.5. And make this 11.5 long. So it's going to fit just inside the 8 by 12 piece. Okay, so it's going to go, oops, going to go right about there. Does that make sense? Like that. All right. So let me grab I'm thinking 2-inch punch might be the right size. What do we think? I think maybe, or we could go with the bigger size. We could go with 2 3/8. I'm just going to grab a piece of the Pretty Peacock. Just talk amongst yourselves because my Pretty Peacock piece has disappeared from where I thought it should be. Looks like we are opening the new one after all. And I'll find the Pretty Peacock stuff as soon as I cut into the other piece, because that's what happens, right? Anyone else find that? As soon as you open, or as soon as you order something, you find the thing you were looking for, that you can find, which is why you ordered something extra. I'm gonna pull this in with my 2-inch punch, and we'll see if it's big enough. If it's not big enough, we can go up a size. So I'm going to go, I already know it's not going to be big enough. I'm going to go up to the 2 3/8 inch punch because I think it needs to be bigger. I'm kind of trying to keep the same kind of scale as what's on the sketch. All right, so that would be, see how that one goes over? It's up near the top, but it goes over this edge. See that? And then this one's down the bottom. So my piece is actually more of a rectangle. This one's a bit more square. Doesn't matter if it's not exactly the same. But I'm now going to cut. I actually really like the pretty peacock on that. Then I'm going to cut in the corner here. I'm going to cut some shaded spruce little trees, green. So it's going to look like that. And they're going to overlap, just like in the sketch. Now, how much they overlap is kind of up to you. What do we think? Do we like that? And then you can see they've got a little banner here, okay, like a you could just have just a piece, or we could get a bit clever and use a banner from one of our die sets. And I'm actually thinking I have got the fabulous Peaceful Season dies, and there is a banner in that, although it might be too long. But let's have a look. Oh, this one would be all right. So I've got one here that would go right across. Let's see where this one goes. You can see it kind of goes across where those two join. So it would go right across here. So that's about the right size, yeah? What do we think? Do you like that idea? I know it's really pretty, isn't it? Oh, Sean's heading off. Bye, Sean. See you soon. You'll watch the rest on replay. We'll look forward to that. All right, so now, yesterday, while I'm gluing this together, yesterday we had our craft along event, and I want to say thank you to everyone who came along and watched it live. If you didn't catch it live, you can catch the replay. And I made this month it was a mini catalog showcase. So I just used some of my favorite sets and just used lots and lots of holiday product. Okay. And I think everything turned out pretty nice. I finished recording and editing all of the videos, which was great. And I said they'd be up today. Well, they're not up yet, but it's still today, right? And I'm hoping within half an hour of this video going live, this one right now, that I will have all of the other projects up for you. All right, so I've got one sitting slightly over this corner, this side, and one sitting slightly over this side. So hopefully those should all be up really, really soon. I'm going to put... Now you can use whatever glue you like to stick this down. I'm just going to pop that right about there. And then we're going to have this one. I'm going to pop this one on dimensionals. You like the banner? Yeah, I do too. I think that banner will be good. When I pulled them out, I was actually thinking about the big banner and thinking I could cut it down. I forgot that there's a small one as well. See, I was thinking this banner, that one there, which would have been too big, and I was thinking maybe I could cut it down. But this one is the perfect size. So the other thing you could have is one like this, has like a, like a little one with tags on it. That would be interesting as well, either the big one or the smaller one. But I like the one I've chosen. All right, so we want our trees to sit up. I'm just thinking maybe I should have used my stylish shapes dies and put an extra circle around that one, maybe, but I don't mind how that's looking. I'm actually going to go right ahead and put these up on this whole piece up on dimensionals. Cookie's having a chat. Can you hear him, Huey? Can Huey hear him, Kay? You think the banner covers too much of the tree, Marilyn? Ah, yes, I see what you mean. I'll have a little think about that when I put it on. All right, so that's how this is looking, okay? And we can move that up a little bit so it doesn't cover so much of the tree maybe. It still does cover a little bit, but that's okay. Or the other option is we could move it down and it doesn't cover nearly as much of the tree at all. But at the same time, I do like the original, like if I'm going to have it here in the middle, I do quite like the placement of that. So I don't know if I like it as much down here. But it does certainly, maybe if I had cut another piece that didn't have a tree in that spot and maybe had the tree over on the right hand side like this. Let's try this bit. Let's see if this makes everybody happy. All right, so if I put that one on top and then put my banner across, how about that, Marilyn? Would that be better? Because then I've got a tree over here. Let's do that. I'm just actually going to stick this one straight on over the top of the first one. I probably should use seal for this, but anyway, sorry, not seal, Tombow. All right, I'm going to put a second one of these so that my tree doesn't get covered by the banner. And you are absolutely right. All right, so that's going to be better. And now it's not going to cover up. Look, what do you think? Is that better? Because now we have a whole tree here. How about that? All right, I'm going to cut a white banner just with basic whites. So give me 1 second while I do that. Now, of course, the trick is going to be to find a greeting that fits nicely in this banner, because I feel like the banner is the right size, but we need a greeting that's going to fit in there. Now, you might have noticed also in the sketch, it actually indicates that there is some sort of ribbon or bow behind this. Can you see that? Now, if we were going to do that, I would want to use something that was, we don't have to stick to this, obviously. And if I wanted to, I think if I was going to do it behind this, I would want like something really small, like maybe some twine or something like that. However, and we do have garden green twine in the Nests of Winter suite, but I'm actually thinking if I want to use the ribbon that matches this suite, I wouldn't want to have it behind the banner. And that's this, whoops, that's this ribbon. This one wants to get involved as well, but that's not right. So instead, what I could do here is I could make a little bow, either by, you know, if you use the fork bow trick, you could tie a really tiny, tiny little neat bow and pop it right below the sentiment. That would look good. But if you don't have that, you can just keep fiddling around with this until it gets as small as you want it and make it really little. It's looking rather cute, isn't it? All right, so the next thing is, what greeting will I use? I'm looking through my greetings right now. I've got a happy. I could even have put a Christmas across here, but I feel like it's too big. I don't want to have that. So I'm looking through my greetings to see if I have a small Christmas greeting. Maybe in the Christmas greetings, maybe. I have, these ones are kind of, they're not, I want something that's long and thin. Can anyone think of one that might be good? Nothing there, actually. I'm looking through to see if I have anything else. Peaceful Season, what do we have? We have an All the Best. Would that fit? Or Cheer All Year? That would fit. The Cheer All Year, I believe. And we have Joy and Love to You. That might be nice. Let's have a look and see if I can get one of those to work. Joy and Love to You. Let's see if that one fits. I know, the ribbon's lovely. It's really nice. And it's shaded spruce, which is such a nice green. Now, let's see. This will actually fit. I'm going to go Joy and Love to You. What do you think? Is that a good idea? I'm going to pop it on a block. And I'm going to use my shaded spruce ink. A bit Irish. Do you think so, Sheila? Do you mean the card, or did I miss another comment? All right, and let me pop this. I'm going to get over it so you'll hear my voice change a little bit because I'm in a different position. Joy and love to you. Let's see how that looks. Look, it fits really nicely. That looks good. All right. Yay, we found the right one. All right. So I'm going to put this here. Now you might notice this one's on dimensionals, and if I'm going to have this going over here, I don't want to have that on one dimensional, and then I've got two choices. I have this on one dimensional and then just put a bit of glue over here so that it's only lifted up in this spot. That could work. Or if I wanted to lift it up in both spots, I'd need one dimensional here, and I would need two under here to make it the right height. Does everyone understand what I'm talking about there? So otherwise it's going to be on kind of an angle. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and which way should we go? Does it matter? Oh, Cherie's telling dad jokes. Goodness me. All right, so this is what I mean. If I wanted to make it so it's sitting above both of these, I've got one on each end, okay, but I want it, I've actually got it double height here. So I'm going to take the back off that one and then put another one behind there. So I've got two. Can you see that? Two behind one and one behind the other. And that way it will sit so that it's even. Okay, just like that. All right, so let's grab my ribbon scissors. And I love this little bow. It's such a cool bow. It's a very nice ribbon to work with. It's really nice to tie. We can cut it on an angle. It's not a big, or you can cut it straight. It's not a big fraying ribbon. I'm actually going to cut this one straight. Some ribbon frays so badly you can't cut it straight, but this one I don't mind. Like so. And then we're going to have that just below here. And I'm going to pop that on with a glue dot. So let's find a glue dot. That's our big challenge. Here's one. So this is how I use glue dots. You press your thing you want to stick right onto the glue dot and press really hard. And then lift it off and the glue dot comes too. And then pop that just below my greeting there. And that's how it's sitting. We are going to need some bling on this. What do you think? I quite like it. And all we did was follow a sketch. So that is this sketch. And now I need to decide what bling I'm going to use. We've got a couple of options. We don't have any shaded, oh, we do have shaded spruce gems, I think, but I don't have any. We've got a couple of possibilities. We do have these little guys, which have, what color are these meant to be? Does it say? It doesn't say here, but they're kind of like a bluey green, and those would go okay. I also have pretty peacock ones, which I think would be really nice. So I've got a couple of those. We've got the pretty peacock and gold ones that are here, and these are the petal pink and pretty peacock gems. Can you see these ones? So those would go quite nice because they're going to tone in with this pretty peacock foil. And we've also got the Drucy dots, and that's these, and we could use the gold, or I actually think the silver would be better with these. Silver would be really nice. Do we like those? And then I also have, I don't know, oh, I hope these are still current. I think they are. We have the pretty peacock sequins. Those are also really nice. So we have some good choices here. The Drucy, do you think so, Sheila? The silver. Okay. All right, let's go with the, and Megan, you said sparkle, so I think you're talking about these as well. These are called Drucy dots. And if anyone's thinking, what the heck name is Drucy? That's what I was thinking. It's actually a geological term, which means covered in crystals. And when you look at them, you can see why. See how they're all crystally? And that's kind of like the inside of like a geode or something like that. So, so yeah, like when you open up a rock and there's all amethyst crystals inside, that is a Drucy dot. Drucy gems. All right, and I'm calling this a finished card. What do we think? Do you like it? actually don't mind it. I think it turned out really nice, and I think it's quite faithful to the original sketch. So we did well sticking with our sketch tonight. What do you think? And thank you for all your assistance, you ladies. It's always fun to have someone to tell me. So I had no idea what I was going to create tonight because I was waiting for you guys to tell me what colors we should use and which paper we should use. So it turned out really fun. I'm glad you like it, guys. So that's the first one tonight. Let me get rid of a few things here because I've got a giant mess on my desk because I am one of these people. So I'm one of these people that has no idea how to craft in a neat and tidy manner. Is there such a thing? But apparently there is such a thing, because if this lady in our catalogue is to be believed, this one here, this one, look how tidy she is. And I'm thinking to myself, how does that happen? Is this a real person? Or is it just someone who's set up for the photo and really that's, I don't know how to craft like that. I just can't do it. Ah, there we go. Oh, you like it? That's as close as you get to Halloween, is it? But I'm glad you like it. That's cool. Thank you, guys. All right, so I just want to say thank you for all your help with that card. And now I've actually got a second card I want to show to you. And it's quick and easy because that's what we do around here. Let me put this. I'm going to try and get myself sorted out. So I'll get those gems away after the end of this. But where is the stamp? Here it is. This Love and Joy to You. I'm just going to clean that up and pop it back in its set so that I can find it later. Otherwise, if I don't put it away, I'm in trouble, right? So pop those here. Oh, that goes this way. There we go. All right. So this, for anyone who's wondering, this is a bundle. Okay, this is a and when you buy a bundle, they're 10% off. I nearly said half price. That's very, very bad. Please don't listen to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. They are 10% off if you're buying the stamps and the dies together as a bundle. Okay, so hey Ginevra, nice to see you. So there we go. So these two are a bundle together. You can buy them separate, the dies and the stamps, but if you want to get the bundle, they are 10% cheaper. So there you go. Oh, you like them, Julie? That's so good. How are you, by the way? Nice to have you with us. All right. Let me move a few things out of the way. I've got the sketch done. Sometimes we do 2 sketches. I'm not doing that tonight. I want to show you the other thing that I received this week. Now, it is part of the craft along projects as well because I'm absolutely loving it. And you know what? The funny thing is, this was not something I originally got. It's the Reindeer Day Suite. Now, the funny thing was I bought the paper because I love the paper, and I bought the peppermints, and I bought the plaid embossing folder and the baker's twine and the book treats. Okay, so I got the book treat boxes. I got all of these things. Okay, the only thing I didn't get was the stamps and the dies because I thought, oh, I don't need those. You can't have everything. Well, so much for that because this week I had to buy them. Okay, and they arrived earlier in the week, and I have been playing with them nonstop. So I want to show you a fun card tonight, and I've kind of half made the card. And this is kind of what I wanted to show you. This cute little reindeer here, okay, he is so gorgeous. And this is made with these dies. Can you see these three little, it kind of looks like, you know, they might have been mounted on someone's wall. We're hoping not for this deer's sake, but having said that, the deer himself is super, super cute. All right, so I'm going to show you how you make it. And I'm going to pull out the dies. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the dies are called Reindeer Fun dies, okay? And these are the 3. You can see this set is actually quite a big set, all right? One of the cards in our craft along this month, I used this one and I used this one. And this is, I'll show you all these cards again in a moment, but this is one of them, okay? So you can see that's this die here, and then that window shape here is made with this die here. These dies have got I haven't even used them all yet. I also, when I was looking at these, I was thinking, there's a cross. What is that cross all about? It took me a little while to work out that this goes with the presents. So it's a bow on top of the presents, and then the cross is actually the ribbon wrapped around the present. Okay, so it actually goes on the present like so, and you've got a bow at the top. Can you see that? So you can do your presents in one color and then have a different color, maybe a red bow or something like that. So these are fantastic, and there's also other little ribbons and things like that as well. There's a row of lights, just heaps of good stuff. All right, so what I'm going to be playing with now are these three, and we're going to use this one too. And it's not a difficult card. It looks like it might be tricky, but it's not at all. It's super simple. All right, so let's move those out of the way. All right, the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to grab myself a piece of garden green, that colour that I didn't think I liked, and all of a sudden I'm using it all the time. That's garden green. I have never been a massive garden green fan, but this year it's everywhere. So our paper, A4 paper, is 21 centimeters across, which means 10.5 is the halfway point. So if I make this 10.5 this way, I can now fold this in half, and I'm going to have a 10.5 centimeters square card. Okay, so if you want to get 3 pieces or 3 square cards out of a piece of A4, you need to score them or cut them at 9.9 to get 3. Okay, and then your card would be 9.9. So mine's a bit bigger. Mine's 10.5, but that means I'd only get 2 this size out of a piece of A4. All right, so we have got the Reindeer Day paper, and I'm going to copy this card that I made exactly so you can see how I did it. So I'm going to do this 10 centimeters by 10. Okay, and this piece is going to get glued straight in the middle here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go down and I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller again, because the white piece is going to be 10 by 10. So I'm going to make this one 9.5. So 9.5 square. 9.5 by 9.5. There we go. All right, then I'm going to get myself, doesn't matter if you use seal or Tombow or whatever you want to use, and we're going to glue that right here in the middle of my garden green piece. You could have the other side showing if you liked, but I thought the trees were kind of cute. Actually, I did my antlers in early espresso. I don't know if you can see, but they look black probably, but they're early espresso. It is a good Christmas green, and you know what? Even so, Christmas is the only time I've ever used garden green, to be honest, because like you say, it's a good Christmas green, but I never really liked it for other things. But this year it's just everywhere, because it's in the glimmer paper, it's in nearly all the DSPs, it's all over the place. So that's fabulous. All right, so here's my 3 little guys. Now I'm also going to have a piece of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to cut this one to 10 by 10. So it's going to fit right inside my garden green piece. Okay, so let me just grab a piece of that. 10 by 10. And this is going to get cut with my cut and emboss machine. Now you could have this, here's the interesting thing about this die. You can have them going up or you can have them going down. Both work fine. All right, so if we look, I don't know where my card went that I'm actually, oh, here it is. So this one, I've got it going up, so he looks like he's actually in the bushes. Can you see that? But I could also have it coming down so he looks like he's under the trees. Which way would you guys like me to be this time? Shall we have it at the top, or shall we have our leaves at the bottom? You can go either way. Now at this stage it doesn't matter, because it's going to depend on which way we glue it in. But to make this work, I'm having this centered. So I've got the same amount here and here, and the same amount of distance from these edges as these edges. And that's going to go through the cut and emboss machine. Okay. You think up. So at the top, is that what we want? Up, please. Okay. We'll do it up. So not the way I had it before, but we'll change it around. Is that what everyone's saying? Now when I do this, because it's pretty intricate, I actually wind it through and then I wind it back. Okay, so I go both directions so that I make sure it's going to cut through really well. You can see that's cut quite nicely. And then this piece just lifts out. And then I'm going to gently remove that. And actually, pretty much all the pieces have just come out. Looks good, doesn't it? Actually, I'm wondering if I did it quite, it's not quite square, but that's okay. All right. And I see I've got a little bit of glue down here, but that's okay. We'll get rid of that. All right. So this is going to end up on here like this. All right. So we're having it at the top this time because that's what people said they wanted. Oh, caribou have antlers in both male and female. There you go. Female deers of other species can have antlers if they have too much testosterone. I didn't know that, Nicole. You are a font of information. I'm glad that I don't play against you in Trivial Pursuit. That's all I can say, because I think you would win. My husband often says he's awesome at Trivial Pursuit because his head is just full of lots and lots of useless information. I'm not suggesting that your information is useless, Nicole, but, you know, that's what my husband says about his wealth of knowledge. Right, so that's how that's going to go. And then I'm going to put this. So now it matters which way, because at this point I could decide to have this at the bottom or I could decide to have it at the top. So we need to, it's decision time for that. All right, so I'm going to pop that like so. All right, now because these are on dimensionals, I can, when I cut my reindeer, I can still insert the reindeer down below. Okay, and now we can have our reindeer right in the middle, or we could have our reindeer on an angle so it looks like he's coming in from the side. And when I was putting this one in, I did it both ways and I liked both. I ended up choosing to put him in the middle, but he doesn't have to be. Oh, everyone said at the bottom. Oh, pointing up. So there you go. That's why no one will play with you, Nicole. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, my son, we bought him a Star Wars trivia game a few years ago thinking it'd be a great present. Nobody will play Star Wars trivia with my son. Nobody, because he knows everything and he always wins. So, yeah. So did I get it the wrong way around? Did I actually, should it have been, how do you hide the bottom of the die cut if it's at the top? So did I do it wrong? Did I put it up the wrong way? Did I? I can change it. I think I got it round the wrong way. I think I misunderstood you guys. Pointing up. Okay. I'm so sorry. Let me just quickly, because I haven't pushed this down too hard, let me just remove this off the dimensionals. Sometimes you can, if you haven't pushed it down too hard, you can remove them and change it around. Right. Is that better? We like that better? So you like that the way that I did it originally. I thought everybody wanted me to do it different. There we go. All right, now I do have a little bit of glue here, and my favorite way to get rid of glue is to use an adhesive remover and just run over that, and that gets rid of that like that. Okay. All right. Okay, so these guys need to get cut. Now we're going to need 3 colors. We're going to need early espresso, or you could do black for his antlers, okay, and also it's also his eyes, okay, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. Then we've got the middle piece, which is kind of part of the this needs to be the lightest color. So I've done mine in white, but you could actually also make it vanilla, or you could make it petal pink and have like a light color in the middle. Okay, even crumb cake would probably work. And then the top layer is the brown, the fawn brown. So I actually thought pecan pie worked best for that. And if you look at the ones that are in the catalog, and the catalog is great. If you're not sure what to do with a set that you've purchased, check out the samples in the catalog because they are fantastic for giving you pointers of what to do. So it shows you here, okay, you can see We've got like the antlers at the back, the detail in the pecan pie, and this one is white. And can you see that they've actually coloured over its ears? They've coloured it in like a blush peach, so like probably petal pink, I would think. This one, they did the middle one in basic beige, and that looks really nice. So depending on what colour you want your fawn to be, this one's got white in the middle. This one, yeah, this one's basic beige. So I'm going to actually cut these out in my 3 colours, and we'll do early espresso for the antlers and the eyes. We'll do, I think I'll go with white again, but I might add some petal pink this time, and then we'll do pecan pie with our top layer. Okay, so I'm just running those through as we speak. So I've got my white piece already happening. And then we've got our antlers in the brown. And then our pecan pie for the detail on top. Okay, and I'm going to show you how this comes together. I think this is such a clever die. Super, super clever. Or 3 dies, I should say, but it's a clever die set because you can do so much with it. And these little gears have got so much personality, and I'm about to show you why. Okay. All cut. So here's our antlers in the espresso. And then that was this one. And then I've got the white. This one hasn't fallen out yet, but that's easy for us to fix. I'm just going to use my die brush, and also you can push it out with a pokey tool. Here it goes. And then this one here, oh, this one did fall out. Where did it go? Oh, it's still on the cut and emboss machine. Right, so this is the top layer. Okay, so the one that's the middle layer is the one that's got like the detail in the ears. I hope you can see what I mean. It's got like a little flap in the ears there. So I'm going to use my, you could just use, I'm using blends. I've got my petal pink blend here, and I'm going to colour the ears in to give it a little bit of colour. I probably could have gone a little bit lighter, but that actually looks pretty good. All right, now this white one is going to go here, and immediately you can see he starts to look like he's coming together. So now he has antlers, and he has a nose and weird looking eyes. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue here and here, and we'll stick him on. You can put down the ears as well if you want to. I'm not even going to bother. You don't need to. You just want to hold it in place. And let's move him into place. Now, I don't know if you can see, this is what starts to create the personality. Can you see there's like a little notch in his eyes? Can you see that? Oh, what happened, Nicole? Oh, no, that's no good. I'm sorry about that. It does sound painful. I'm so sorry to hear. Yeah, get it checked out for sure. All right, so we can see we've got the petal pink bit in his ears here, and then we've got our detail that goes over the top. Now, what I want you to watch is what happens when I put this over here. Okay, we're going to be gluing this into place. But see what creates the personality? You can see the little whites of his eyes. And that's what makes him look like he's alive, is the white bit in his eyes. It's so clever. Okay, so the white bit in his eyes is this little notchy bit underneath. I think it's such a clever die. I'm going to just add a bit of glue behind here. And we're going to pop this over the top. I hope it's not your crafting arm, Nicole. Is it? Is it your crafting arm? Now look how cute he is. How cute is this Mr. Deer? Or Miss? Is it Mr. or Mrs. Deer? I think I'm going to say Mr. Deer. Now we could have the deer. We can pop it right in here behind so he looks like he's coming out like my first one does. Okay. Or if you wanted to, you could have him on an angle so he looks like he's, you know, got a bit of personality and doing something interesting there. I know whoever designs the dies is so clever. I know, right? It's so, so cute. I love it. So a straight deer or a crooked deer? What do we think? Which one do we like? What do you think? Totally up to you. But then I would have one of each. Or we could have him coming in from the other side too. I didn't want to have him like only slightly on an angle because then it would look like I tried to get him straight and I failed. Hey Moira, nice to see you. Oh gosh, yes. Very hard. Crooked, says Cherie. You love it askance. Askance. That's a great word. Have you swallowed a thesaurus today, Sheila? That's a great word. I love it. All right, so we're going to make him crooked because that's what we decided. Askance, if you listen to Sheila. And I'm going to put 2 dimensionals behind him. And then I am going to slide him. Does it matter which way? Oh, Joan thinks straight. There you go. He's not asking to get shot. Well, one would hope not, right? It is actually deer season over in Michigan at the moment. All right, so that's where he's going to be. He's coming in and he's being a bit sneaky. All right. And then I think because I have my stamps now from my Reindeer Days set, let me find, oh, where have I put those? Give me 1 second while I dig them up underneath all of this paraphernalia all over my desk. All right. If you were my Reindeer Fun stamp set, where would you be hiding? Oh, it's on the floor. Of course. Of course that's where you'd be. So there's a really nice Merry Christmas here. Okay, we've also got May All Your Days Be Full of Cheer, but I want to use the Merry Christmas. So I am going to grab hold of that. First time it's been used, I think. And I'm going to pop it on a block. Like so. Actually, did I put it on the block straight? Yeah, not quite, but that's okay. And then we have a bit of white here. And I'm going to do this in, I think, garden green because, you know, that seems to be the color of the moment. Or we could do one of the browns. We could do early espresso too. But I think I'll stick with garden green in this case. And I'm going to use my Merry Christmas. And I'm going to pop it right here on my white. It's a really nice Merry Christmas. Look at that, isn't it? Oh, look at how little scrolly bit on the S. Super cute on the S and the R. I love it. And a little bit on the E too. Can you see that? Isn't that cute? It's a nice, it's actually, I don't know if that E is meant to have a thing. No, it's not meant to. I'm looking at the cover. And there's nothing scrolly about the E. So I don't know how that happened, but it doesn't look bad. But the R and the S definitely have a little scrolly bit on them. That's hilarious. All right. So I'm going to grab my Peaceful Season dies. And I have a few choices. I think this one's not big enough. This one is too short. Yeah, it's just too short. Wouldn't that have been nice if it fitted on that? That would have been good because then we could have had it here at the top and had it going down. I could put that one that I used before, the Joy and Love to You. That would fit on that one. But that's not what I want to do. So I'm actually going to do this one, which is the bigger, but it's the right size for this sentiment. And I'm going to run that through. I shall quickly do that. What's Karen saying there? For some reason, we feel like the Slanted Deer card needs a friend. Ooh, we could do 2. He might be a lonely deer. this particular die has a little like a slit at each end here. I'm just going to push it out, that you could put a ribbon through if you wanted to. It's nice, isn't it? So you could actually have that on a ribbon, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to have mine going straight across here, like so. And I'm just thinking a little bit of glimmer paper underneath that would be really nice, don't you think? Have I got some glimmer paper handy? I did have some before, so I don't think it's far away. Give me a second and I'll find it. We could have the garden green glitter, which would be, oh, actually, yeah, that's the garden green. And that could be like I could do a little bit of that poking out behind the bottom of this, which would look really nice. Or let me see, where's my, the other option is the lighter, the granny apple green. That is also really nice. But this one happens to be handy right now, so we'll do that. But you could have either of them, actually. So let me just cut about 1/4 inch or 1/2 centimeter off the bottom of that. And I'm going to pop it. Now, nothing much sticks to glitter paper except, actually, you know what would be better? I might pop that. Let me see, where will I want to have this? I'm going to have it going right across here and then stick my Christmas over the top of it so it just appears at the bottom like that. What do you think? What do we think? Do we like that? Oh, there you go. Just don't tell the deer, Rose. My husband's family are big hunters, living where they do, and they also, when they go out hunting, they actually make very, very good use of the deer or whatever game that they catch. So this is going to be 10 centimeters because we know our white piece is 10 by 10. So I'm just going to cut this to that size. So yeah, everything, nothing gets wasted, and it's food that they actually live on for a really long time. So I'm just going to put pieces at the edge here. Now I'm working out where this piece needs to go. So if that's going to be right up here near the top, I need that piece to be right across here. Is that right? Oh, not quite. Almost. But I haven't quite got that straight. So I'm going to use my grid paper to work out where it needs to be. And right about there. Okay. And then this piece is going to go right above that. So you just catch a little bit of that glimmer coming out. What do we think? Do we like that? You like it, Elaine? Good. Okay. So it just needed something, otherwise it was a lot of white in that area. So that's why I chose to add the glimmer piece, because I think it breaks it up a little bit. Like so. And then, of course, we're going to need some bling on this. So we have these fabulous, these are called, I'm trying to remember the name of them, Earth Tones gems. And these are the ones from the Nests of Winter Sweet. So we can have one down here in this corner. So I'm adding the garden green ones. One up here. And a little one. I need to order more of these because they're so cool. No, that's not the right spot. Not the right spot. Now I've stuck it on there, but that's okay. We can move it. That's better. What do we think? Do we like the card? Do you like this? It is cute. Rose is saying she's done. No more Christmas sets for her. It's hard, isn't it? Because there's so many beautiful things. And you know what? I didn't intend to buy this set either. I just decided when it came out, I'd seen a few things done with it, and then I was getting to the point where I was thinking, I could maybe use another set. And then I thought, you know what, that reindeer set is just too cute. I've got to have it. So I had some host dollars and I ordered the dies. I got the dies for free. And so then on a separate order, I ordered the stamps. So there we go. That's how it looks. It turned out cute. I like it with and without the greeting. I feel like a greeting that goes around the circle would also be really nice. That would look lovely as well. You just got the sweetest star and the punch. Did you get the punch too, Megan? I don't have that one yet. I have the punch, but I don't have the stamps, I mean. You're considering the Amaryllis set, Ronnie? I don't have that one. It's really hard, isn't it, when you're talking about what to get to make that decision. And sometimes we think, oh, yeah, I don't need that set. And, oh, look, there's some more of that. Sometimes you look at a set and you think you don't need it, and then you see what someone does with it and you go, oh, well, maybe I do. Maybe I do want that. You got the Take a Bow paper. Yes, I really like the Take a Bow. I did a Technique Tuesday with that a couple of weeks ago, and I really, really like it. I actually bought the set for the Technique Tuesday, and I'm getting some good use out of that now. All right, so how did we do tonight? What do you think? These are the cards we did tonight. Do you have a favorite? Which one do you like the best? The Shepherd Stamp set was out of stock here, Marilyn, but it's back in. Oh, and also the peppermints that have been out of stock for quite a while, those came back in today. So if you like the peppermints, you might want to jump in and grab them. I know in the US when they came back in, they sold out again real fast. Let me actually quickly go to the inventory stock list right this moment, and I'll just quickly tell you if anything else is out of stock. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm just knowing Stampin' Up, they probably logged me out again. Sometimes they do that. I get logged out. Yep, logged out. Let me just quickly log back in. Oops, I put in my wrong password. That doesn't help, does it? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm logging in and checking the inventory status report, which tells us what's out of stock. When I checked earlier, we only have one thing out of stock here in Australia, which is really, really good, and that's the Changing Leaves Hybrid Embossing Folder and die set. So I don't have, those are currently unavailable, and I do have a couple of customers that want those, so we're waiting for it to come back in, but that's currently the only thing out of stock. So that's pretty good in Australia. We're very lucky right now. I know that in the US they have a lot more out of stock than that. Okay. Did the kit come back in stock again? That's a good question, Megan. They don't come up in the inventory stock list. Let me see. That's called something kindness, isn't it? Are you talking about the Expressions of Kindness kit? That is still unavailable. Or the ornaments were also unavailable. So kits, yeah, the Christmas ornament kit is currently unavailable. I'm just doing a quick search and seeing if anything. But when it says it's unavailable, that means it's coming back in. If it disappears off the list altogether, that means it's gone and never coming back in. The Haunted Home kit is currently unavailable as well. So I'm just looking at all the kits and seeing what's unavailable. The ornaments are, and I can't see anything else at the moment that's out. Just those three. The Christmas one. Oh, you just got it. You mean the ornament one? Or do you mean the Merry Christmas one? You're still waiting for that kit, Katrina? I know, it's nice. It's really lovely. Oh, you like the deer, Heather? I'm so glad. That's cool, Cherie. The ornament one, yeah. Really, really nice. I have that. I've made up one ornament so far, which I did on one of my Friday night videos, actually. All right, let's switch back to me. And actually, before I do that, I want to show you guys. So in about half an hour from now, or let's say within the hour, just to be safe, I'm going to have all my tutorials for Craft Along available. Okay, and this is what's in the tutorials this month. Okay, these are the different projects that I made. So our main project that we made live that was public was this one. It's a circle latch card. and it opens up like this and then folds back in so that the front piece sits underneath the circle and it holds it nice and flat. Okay, so that's the one we made yesterday. And then alternate projects, we have the Humble Home Scrappy card. We have the Nest of Winter diorama card. We have the book treat box, the Season of Elegance book treat boxes, which I love how this came out. Super, super cute. All right. And the last one was the Reindeer pop-out window card. Okay, so those are the projects this month. It was a showcase to show you lots of fun new things from the new catalogue. That was my plan. And I really love how they all turned out. So if anyone's interested in getting all the tutorials for these, if you ordered with me last month, you'll receive them automatically. You don't need to do anything. Thank you, Megan. I really liked it as well. It looks like a little, I wanted it to look like a vintage hardcover book, and I think it does. Super cute, right? Someone was asking about the Close to My Heart house stamp and its size. It matches the Stampin' Up set nicely, but is bigger and won't fit the punch. Yeah, that's what I wondered. I didn't know that it would. How deep are the book boxes? I think you asked that question yesterday, Marilyn. I missed your question at the time. I saw it on the when I was reading through comments. It's exactly an inch thick. Okay, so I actually didn't do the measurements for this. Like I do usually do both metric and imperial, and everything is metric and imperial, these three. But these two, this one, because the book is 3 inches by 4 inches, it's much easier to do it in inches, and it's an inch thick. Okay, so it's an inch from here to here. And then this one, the diorama, is also much easier to do in inches. So all the measurements for this is also an inch thick. So those two are exactly the same. So there you go. Or 2.5 centimeters if you're using centimeters. So correct. That is right, Cherie. Exactly. Your DSP arrived today. Yay. It came in time, Sheila. That's fabulous. That's great. We have a Zoom class happening on Monday for anyone who's interested. You can go and check that out on my blog. I'm also going to put the blog address up so that you can go there if you are wanting to purchase the additional tutorials. So if you placed an order with me last month, you'll get them for free, or if you're my team, you'll get them for free. But if not, if you're overseas or you're a demonstrator yourself, or you're not, not in my team and you're not actually a customer of mine, you can purchase these tutorials for $15 Australian. Okay, so there's 5 altogether. This one, of course, was public, so you're not going to get an additional, even though I put a link to it, you don't get an additional tutorial for that, but you do get all the measurements and then tutorials for these 4 projects. So that's how that works. And I hope that is something, I know some of you have mentioned that you're interested in that. So it should be up on my blog within an hour or so. Okay, so all the videos are uploaded, everything's ready to go. I've just literally got to publish it. So it shouldn't take me very long. All right, I'm coming back so that you can see me again. Here I am. Okay, does anyone send you an invoice for the... Yes, I will, Ronnie, because Ronnie, you have difficulty with PayPal coming through my blog, don't you? I've had a couple of people have issues. If you do try it, but if you have issues and you can't purchase through the PayPal link on my blog, which will be up, like I said, within the hour, then do send me a message and I will invoice you. Okay. That's all right, Katrina. I'm so glad that you were able to be here. I'm so glad we had such a great crowd of people as always. Thank you so, so much. I really hope that you enjoyed what we did tonight. You still use Imperial, Leslie? Yeah, some people do. Some people still do. So there you go. What did Megan say? Well, there you go. Cherie, you and Megan might have to take that outside because I can't see that you guys are going to be able to reach an agreement on that. Have a great weekend, you guys. I won't be around here tomorrow, but you will see me again on Sunday night. I hope that that everyone has a great weekend ahead, whatever it is you choose to do. And we'll see you again really, really soon. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.